Okay, so we were able to get our drive extracted from our 7600. Let's go ahead and let's remove the drive caddy so that we can go ahead and install our SCSI to SD. Well, that didn't go as planned. What the heck? Is this stuff like platinum colored smoke? What is going on here? How could this be so brittle? Hey everybody, welcome to Ron's Computer Videos. What we've got on the table today is something kind of interesting. This was something that I saw on one of the Facebook groups. And a retrocomputing fan named Lorin Millsap created these really nice replacement drive rails, or I'm sorry, drive caddies, I guess maybe some people like to call it, for to replace these old brittle ones that you're going to find in some of those mid-90s Power Mac machines. And I reached out to him and I said, hey, I'd really like to kind of get some samples of these and talk about them here on the channel. Just because I know that there's a lot of people that are in that boat where, I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot these days to, you know, make a pile of jagged plastic out of these drive rails. And even on machines like the Color Classic, you know, like I think this is actually out of my Color Classic, is these get wedged in there and you're trying to extract it. And on the original part, there is a bit of a lip here that you have to kind of fight, that has to come up over sort of like a little stopper there so the drive can't slide out during shipping. Well, the second you start flexing on that, it snaps right off, as you can see on my poor drive caddy from my Color Classic. So Lorin created these really cool Reproduction drive caddies. This one is labeled Mac Drive Caddy 3.5 or 2.5 inch universal, and that's kind of the other cool thing about it, is that if you have whereas on the original you are sort of locked in of only being able to use 3.5 inch drives in your Mac, well, these Reproduction ones actually have screw holes set up for a bunch of different options, including Mac to SD, the SCSI to SD, and I think Blue SCSI and stuff works on this as well as a number of spacing options for things like solid state drives, where if you wanted to go ahead and put a SATA controller or something in one of these era machines, like I just saw Sean at Action Retro working on something like that, that you will get the proper spacing for all of that. So you really can't drill out. I mean, you could, but it'll be the last thing you ever do with your classic caddy. So it is kind of neat that these do exist, so that way that you've got more mounting options. And not just that for like the 2.5 inch or 3.5 inch drives, but this is a prototype for a 5.25 inch one for optical drives. And I'm fairly certain that out on his, you can purchase the 3D files for these, but I'm fairly certain that there is a much newer version that does give you some additional spacing options and stuff on the screw holes. But as you can see, it very much mirrors the original design. The little lip down here is not as pronounced because I am not sure what Apple was thinking, that you had to like lock this baby in and never be able to get it out. It's I'm trying to upgrade my Quadra 610, not trying to break into Fort Knox, people. So anyway, this was just something kind of neat that I stumbled across, and I'll put some links down in the doobly-doo where if you would like to check this out as well. But I plan in the future to purchase a couple more of these because I'd like to replace the one that is in my Color Classic right now, just because I have a SCSI to SD mounted in there, and I think it's permanently mounted unless I break another caddy. So anyway, shout out to Lorin. Thanks so much for sending these in. I hope to get to use them very soon. And everybody, have a wonderful evening. And as I always say, Apple II forever.